Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And we do full-length car reviews each and every week. If you subscribed, you'd know we stop halfway through for a segment called Questions, Coffee, and Cars. And if you want to get a question in, how do you do it? This is, by the way, take 6 to get this intro done. So that's why Andrea's smiling over there. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning, I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather our questions, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Clearly a caffeine deficit.
You'll feel better by the end.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Currently driving my second Subaru Forester, but thinking of going back to a Chevrolet. Maybe the new Equinox. Have I lost my mind? You have not lost your mind, because Chevrolet is putting out some pretty awesome models these days.
So we're driving the Equinox gas, and we had the EV the week before. And I picked it up and I'm driving back and I'm like, this is all I need. It's really well done. Man, Chevrolet is just knocking it out of the park with model after model, and you're seeing it in the sales. Like the Trax, the Traverse, they're doing great work.
Yeah, we spoke to the Chevy team and they're saying we can't even keep the Trax in stock. So even their EVs are doing well, the Equinox EVs. It's really impressive to see what they're coming up with from exterior design. Most of them are pretty like bold and rugged looking, but also the interior quality. They've really stepped up their game.
So the gas one, I'm showing you the interior pictures now. It looks beautiful. The contrast of colors is fantastic. What you don't see though, Andrea, is behind the scenes. I found this out. I read it on Automotive News. And you know what they've done at General Motors? And a lot of people will say, oh, that's just the old way of them doing their platform sharing, right? But it's not really. All it is simplification of the vehicles, getting rid of a bunch of parts and streamlining the efficiency of the engineering to make it more profitable for them. And also, if they make something reliable, makes it reliable through the whole division, for example, Chevrolet. So color us impressed. Every time we get a Chevrolet, we're like, they're doing a lot right.
And you know that Equinox model, the gas model, we know EVs have a flat floor in the rear seat, but the Equinox gas model has a flat floor. So anybody sitting in that middle seat is going to be much more comfortable.
Can I just add one more thing? Because we talked about this for years. What brand is right near the very top of J.D. Power 3-year dependability study?
Chevrolet. And I spoke to the Chevrolet PR team at, I think it was the TAOS event in the Suburban. And I said to them, the biggest challenge for us as auto journalists is explaining to people that Chevrolet has become more reliable, because the past creeps in and the unreliability of Chevrolets in the past. You know, people have a difficult time getting their head around it. And so I said, you know, we're going to keep pushing forward with promoting Chevrolet models,
only
we
because
really
we
think
like
that
them,
they're very good.
Yeah, we're not going to promote them just because we're in the promotion business. We're in the truth-telling business. We speak truth to power.
Truth
and
serum.
And the power is the internet just beating on certain brands over many, many years. And Chevrolet's doing a lot right. Okay, Andrea, we're just going to end on this one. We have a Subaru owner potentially looking at an Equinox. That tells you how things have changed.
Yep. Hey guys, hope all is well. I just had to get my back brakes changed on my 2022 TAOS with only $29,000. Sounds like it says my pocket, so out of his pocket. As well as the head gasket requiring replacement due to a coolant loss under warranty. I get everything done at the dealer by the book. Are you aware of both challenges with the TAOS? Well, I went online. I actually reached out to our dealership that we deal with, Vancouver Volkswagen. He wasn't able to get back to us in time at the time of recording. When you go online, you can see there's premature wearing of the brakes of that particular model that you have. So squeaky brakes, issues like that. And then also the head gasket. They noticed that the coolant was low or no coolant, and that was the faulty head gasket. But from what I can see online, just like you, it was replaced under warranty.
Yeah, so brakes are a wear item. That's not a warranty coverage. I'm just thinking out loud, Andrea, why that would be the case that the rear brakes are wearing prematurely. Because most of the wear is on front brakes. The rear brakes are used for things like parking. Now, I don't believe that the TAOS has what's called a hold feature when you come to a stoplight and you're waiting for it to to change, you can take your foot off the brake and it'll hold it. When you have a brand that does that, that's the rear brakes grabbing and holding. And then when you drive away, they drag for a little bit and they can wear the brakes. Now, the only other thing I can think of, because the existing Taos has a dual clutch transmission, and in order to smooth out the jerkiness of the dual clutch transmission, especially at slow speeds, I wonder if Volkswagen applies a small amount of rear brake force to help smooth that out, and that's dragging extra drag on the brakes. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't like rear brakes last longer than the front brakes.
Or what
usually.
about if people aren't quite aware that it is a dual clutch transmission, that they buy the vehicle and as you're at a stop sign, it starts to roll back and they get nervous and they hit the brakes more often? I'm wondering if there's something with that. But it sounds like it's only the 2022 model.
I want somebody who is a Volkswagen tech to write below. I'm sure there's somebody that's a tech at a dealer.
I'm sure.
Right
Let us
below.
know
Let us
if
know.
you've got some info on this.
If we're way off base or we're getting close. What is that? Warmer, colder. Remember we used to play that as a kid? Are we getting warm?
Yeah, are we getting warm? Hotter, colder.
Yeah, we're cold today.
I
because
used to
it's
play that with
freezing
the
here
boys
today.
all the time. After many years still enjoying your content, I already have a 2015 Ford F-150 and a 2015 Kia Sorento. Looking for a fun daily driver, live in upper Midwest U.S. 2025 Honda Civic Si or 2025 VW GLI manual. 3, 2, 1.
GLI.
Si.
Way better value with the GLI.
Still like the Si better.
The SI is good. It has one annoying little feature, Andrea. Rev hang.
Yeah.
So if you're not aware what rev hang is, when you accelerate and then you want to change gears and you put your foot in the clutch, the revs don't drop down to match what the next gear is going to be. They go, and they slowly come down. GLI doesn't have that. GLI has way more content for a better price.
Still love the Civic Si. I love that manual transmission. And it's super fun to drive. I don't know. I'm just such a big fan of Civic manual transmissions. And the Si, I had an absolute blast with, as well as the Type R.
So go and drive them both. Buy the one you want. Everyone online is going to say, get the Civic.
And
Volkswagen's a piece of crap. But you know what? They got some things going on right over at Volkswagen as well, because they know how to make a nice driving car. So what I would suggest is that you drive them both and pick the one you like.
Hey, I have no problem with the GLI and the 6-speed manual. We have a GTI. I like them, but there's just something about the Civic that I absolutely love. Now I'm getting at, well, why didn't you buy a Civic?
Can only have so many cars.
Yeah.
I want a Maverick too. I mean, what are we going to do?
No more. Please, no more cars.
I want an E39 M5 too, but you know, that's on the list.
Yeah, Zach.
Andrea wants a Boxster. What are you going to do? There's not
Also
enough
with a
money.
manual.
There's not enough money, and we need to move out to the countryside and get a big barn.
Oh, we need a big garage. More space, more closet space,
And more
garage.
more money.
Bigger garage. Love your channel. Great content and really informative in all your reviews. Thank you. Planning to trade in or sell our 2018 Elantra Sport, 75,000 miles on it, and upgrade to a compact SUV. Our options are a Toyota RAV4 Hybrid XSE or Sportage Hybrid. We are planning for a long-term car which has enough space and real value and reliability. Checked a few used cars. The Kia with just 3,000 miles on it dropped significantly, which is a bit concerning and having us lean towards the RAV4. What are your thoughts? And is there a new model of the RAV4 coming up? We saw your videos of the new Sportage interior. Looks good. Keep up the great content and looking forward to the fun videos. He actually said good content, not great.
But just a little shorter. A little shorter.
A little shorter.
Question's a little long. But
Wow,
that's okay.
so-
Can I just jump in and
Sure.
start? I have been on record, Andrea, as saying, what is the best car on the road for the price?
RAV4.
The RAV4 Hybrid, and specifically the XLE. There is no better car.
He's actually looking at XSE with
Oh, the sporty
Sport-Tune
one.
suspension,
Okay.
which looks good.
XLE is fine. XSE is even better. Listen, it's the best car on the road for the price. You just can't touch it. It's a hybrid, gets amazing fuel economy, amazing resale value. It's the size and has the features, especially with the top trim there, with all the stuff that you want. It's a little bit frumpy on the inside. And yes, What's coming later, Andrea?
A little frumpy on the inside, really. I think it really needs an update to the interior. It's coming, 2026 model year, and the good news is, I mean, nothing confirmed by Toyota, but we believe that it's going to be offered in a hybrid and a plug-in hybrid, and that will be it. No more gas model. So I really like the RAV4. I love that powertrain. It's a terrific hybrid powertrain that's very reliable. Hey, don't get me wrong, I like the Sportage or the Sportage as well. I think that Kia is doing a lot right, but it does have a more unique exterior design that some may not like.
Listen, if you're a buy and hold kind of person, just wait.
Yeah.
Go to the dealer or several dealers, put your name on the list for the new one, and they'll go, what are you talking about? Buy this one. Because they'll go to, they're always trying to move the iron that's on the lot.
Yeah.
And by the end of the month, they want that done too. But, just go in and talk to the sales manager and say, I understand there's a new RAV4 coming. I'm really interested in a hybrid. Can you put my name on a list? And then pop in there every few months and say, remember me? That's what I would do, and maybe get the new one.
And we think maybe we'll be able to drive it. I'm thinking it might be in the fall, maybe late summer with Toyota. I don't know if it's a 2026 model year.
No, I think it's going to be December. I mean, in 2019, it was December. I can tell you where we were, Andrea. We were at the Carmel Valley Ranch in 2019. Sorry, 2018.
It's going to be huge for people. People are waiting for that new RAV4 to come out. I'm curious to see what they do with it. Did they make it more of a rustic, rugged interior design like their trucks? Or do they go with something that's a little bit more elegant, like the Crown Signia?
I think it's going to look like a miniature 4Runner. I think that's what they're going to do.
I really wish it would be more like the Crown Signia. I think that in the compact class, like whether you look at the Equinox or the Tucson or the Sportage, even the CRV, like the interiors are just, I don't know, simple. They're quite clean. You've got all that tech, but even the screens are more streamlined. I would love to see it, but yes, you're probably right, Zach.
It's going to be like a mini 4Runner. That's my, on the outside, because people love the idea of having...
I love the outside rugged.
It's going to be rugged, and the inside is going to be Toyota-grade utility yet again, with just a bigger screen. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get a new RAV4 with just a bigger screen. That's my prediction.
And now that I think about it a little bit more, when you look at the Grand Highlander, the gas model, and the 2.5-liter hybrid, and you look at the interior, not the Hybrid Max, which is more Lexus-like, yes, it is that more truck-like, rugged, even the shifter. So I guess that's what we're going to get.
I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. You know what? I brought up we were at the Volkswagen stand at the LA Auto Show.
Ooh.
And there was a bunch of executives there, and they're pretty proud of their new Tiguan, and they should be, because they did an amazing job on it. And then I brought up the RAV4. I said, well, the market leader is the RAV4, and they all went like this. Yeah, we know. I mean, what are they going to do? They don't have a hybrid. They don't have a plug-in.
No.
They just got a gas.
That's the only problem. But Volkswagen tells us something is coming. When they won't tell us if it's a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid. They have both in Europe. So they could definitely bring both in. How about both to North America? We could really use that. But boy, that Tiggy looks good. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on Cadillac's decision to discontinue the XT4? I heard that they are discontinuing it to build the new Chevy Bolt. Do you think this was a good idea? Totally disappointed.
We went all the way to Newfoundland, Andrea. We went all the way to Newfoundland. We're on the west coast of Canada, and we flew all the way to Newfoundland. It took us like 10 hours to get there to drive the XT4. And here it is just 4 months later. It's gone.
I don't get it, because I really like that vehicle a lot, and Cadillac's done a good job with it, but...
There's something else up their sleeve. Listen, they have, and the interesting thing is they didn't axe the XT5,
which is so old,
and the XT6. They decided to dump the XT4. Well, they need room in the plant. It all comes down to what capacity they have to build the vehicles and what facilities.
Yep.
And so they need the extra capacity. I'm really hoping that they're going to bring in an inexpensive Chevrolet Bolt on the new Ultium platform that's going to produce great economy and is going to be a price leader. If you think about that, Equinox EV is 35 Gs in the US, and it's an SUV. Could they do something even cheaper? Possibly. So I'm all down for that. But I think just leaving Cadillac out to dry like that, I think there's something else in the works. We just don't know about it.
And I don't get it because they did an update on the XT4. It's very good. As we mentioned, the XT5 is super old. The XT6 is old, but they're keeping them for now.
Because they're
for
bigger.
now.
They probably more volume. There's more volume.
Anyway, I think it's disappointing. Hi guys, I'm considering to buy a VW Atlas Peak Edition SE. Is this a good choice or are there better three-row SUV car brands?
Well, there's so many out there and there's so many good ones.
Look, there's some really good ones on the market. The Chevrolet Traverse is a real favorite of ours. Of course, the Grand Highlander, but the Atlas is a good choice. It's big. The Grand Highlander, the Chevy Traverse, and the Atlas are the biggest three-row SUVs in their class. So you're getting the space. You don't have to worry about that. And then in the premium class, you've got the Lexus TX, which is equal size.
But what about the second row seats, Andrea? Tell me more about the second row seats.
What about the second row seats?
You can get a bench seat on every trim of Atlas. You can get a bench seat on most trims of Traverse, I believe.
Yes, most, but not all.
And you can get, I'll throw one in there, Pilot, you can get a bench seat on all trims.
Yes. I think the technology in the Atlas is very good. The newer model that came out, what was it, a year and a half ago? It's much better. Not as much hard plastic in it. And I like the materials that they've used on the inside, and it carries right to the third row. But it's a two-seater in the third row, where the Pilot is up to 8 passengers. The Grand Highlander is up to 8 passengers as well. And the Traverse is, do you remember?
I'm trying to remember. It's big. Here's the thing is, I don't think most people are buying it for the maximum capacity of passengers.
No.
They're buying it for the space to put all their junk in and drag kids around to events. That's what they're using it for, and they're all very good. And so Turbo 4 in the Atlas, Turbo 4 in the Traverse, Turbo 4 in the Grand Highlander. So pick your poison. If it was all based on price point, the clear winner would be Chevrolet.
Yeah, and Pilot has a V6 if you're interested in that.
Yeah.
So, just keep in mind with Volkswagen, reliability is not always stellar. Anybody who has an Atlas, chime in for our viewer. Let us know how it's going. Are you finding that your vehicle is very reliable, or have you had issues? It's always nice to hear from viewers who own these vehicles.
The interesting thing is about the Atlas is that they've moved to this new turbo 4-cylinder and they've updated the model, and it's selling like crazy. Like they're selling a lot of them. And the Atlas, here's an interesting fact, because we're running out of time, Andrea. You're going to try and weasel one more in, aren't you? No, we're not. We could. I guess we could. All right. Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors for one more?
For one more?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
Yeah. Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, I feel. Wait.
Oh,
I
You
feel
can't
like I
change
did
it
it
now.
too early.
No,
okay,
you
do it
can't
again.
just say,
Who's with me? I did it too early. Okay, one more time. They're with me. I know it.
Oh, no, but they're always going to be with you because you're a woman.
No,
I mean,
that's
yes.
not true. They're just
and
with
most
me
of the
for
people
one more question.
that watch
We
this
all like
are
it too.
men. I mean, I can never win that one.
Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we'll do one more.
One
No.
more. One more. Just one more. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
That's the last
You
question.
got it.
So what was I saying about Atlas? It's selling incredibly well. I think that's what I was going to say. It's doing the job for them.
Now, most people are going to say, well, you did rock, paper, scissors for like 2.5 minutes. You could have done a question.
But listen, you botched the first one.
It's fun.
You botched the first one, which I won anyway. It was rock over scissors.
I tried.
All right. And you know that I'm never going to win the internet battle of who you side with. They're always going to side with Blondie over there.
No.
Oh, because she's so cute.
No.
All right. How do you get a question in, Andrea?
Follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday morning, I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather our questions, the post is deleted and we start the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.